What's up, guys? The Bears lost a frustrating game to the Packers, and I honestly just kind of wanted to come on here and vent, talk to you guys for a little bit, hear how everyone's feeling. There was a couple of developments in this game that you can have a lot of hope. I will say the one thing after sitting here and kind of taking this in for a few minutes, I felt like we could have won this game. There were a lot of things that went bad. We had some broken coverages, allowed some big time touchdowns. We allowed Jordan Love to throw 3 touchdowns. And honestly, felt like all three of those touchdown passes were plays that we could have stopped. We were again in position to at least send the game to overtime. The interception on the final play of the game, that was tough. It was a 4th and 1. I was a little perturbed as to why we were giving the ball to DeAndre Swift at the end instead of Kyle Monangai. I felt that like that should have been a Kyle Monangai situation when you only need a yard, short situation, must have it. Why aren't we giving the ball to Kyle Monangai? But the Caleb Williams pass there at the end, I like the play call. I know it's 4th and 1. I honestly don't like going deep on 4th and 1. Having some issues here. But Blue's saying it right there. A quarterback sneak there would have been perfect. We had a ton of quarterback sneaks, and it's worked. It's worked all season long. It's worked. It's something that teams haven't been able to stop yet, and we didn't even attempt it. We're instead going deep there. A lot of people are questioning where was Kyler Gordon. This was probably the biggest issue on our defense. Kyler Gordon injured himself in the pre-game warm-ups and missed this game, and that's why you saw a lot of Nick McLeod in this game. And I got to be honest here. I don't try to rag on players a lot, but Nick McLeod has been the worst player on the entire field almost every time he's out there. That guy, for whoever's saying we don't need Kyler Gordon, whew, bruh, Kyler has been a stud when he's on the field. This defense has looked, I think this is something a lot of fans don't realize, is our defense has looked like a completely different unit when Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, and TJ Edwards are on the field. Those guys have not all three been on the field together this year for more than 15% of our snaps. So that's a tough one. I gotta talk about DJ Moore a little bit. Noah's saying he was open on the final play. I think I saw that, but my biggest thing with DJ Moore, we're missing Rome Odunze. DJ's making $28 million a season. If there was ever a game for DJ Moore to step up, this was it. And he was absolutely invisible. He had, listen to this, guys, DJ Moore's total line for the day -4 yards receiving. He had one catch and it went backwards for 4 yards. So, I mean, I love DJ. I'm always going to be a fan of DJ, but I think there's something here. You guys remember me talking about it. Anyone who watched my DJ Moore video earlier this week, I think Luther Burden is the guy that fits Ben Johnson's offense better. And you saw that today. Luther Burden making his first career start, and he has 4 catches for 67 yards. He had the most catches and the most yards on the entire day. Got to give Luther a little bit of credit here. Caleb Williams, man, I want to talk about Caleb. I think there's gonna be too many. I always go into it where I wanna be fair, right? And I wanna call Caleb out for this performance today, but the problem is with how fans are reacting and how people are reacting on social media, I feel like I'm gonna have to turn it around and correct people because they're jumping off the ledge here. They're calling Caleb a bust. They're saying he's terrible. I logged on Twitter for like 5 minutes during halftime. And within like 2 minutes, I saw about 30 tweets where people are talking about Justin Fields. And I got to say this, guys. Anyone who's followed my channel for a while, you guys know I was one of Justin Fields' biggest fans ever. But if you're tweeting about Justin Fields in the middle of a Bears Packers game, 2 years after we traded Justin Fields, I'm questioning if you're actually a Bears fan anymore because that's just wild to me. We root for the players on our team. And Caleb has gotten this team, he's won more games in the last 10 weeks than Justin has won in the last 3 years. So stop putting it all on Caleb. Now, I will say this Caleb's first half was pathetic. There are no excuses for Caleb's first half. You cannot make an excuse for how he played. The first half he had, with 30 seconds to go in the first half, Caleb had 11 yards passing. Now, he didn't throw a lot of passes, but I don't remember the exact number, but he had 11 total yards passing. And then he hit Colston Loveland for an 11-yard pass to get him up to 22 yards. But man, that was a rough start for Caleb, especially when Jordan Love is throwing up these moon ball touchdown passes there, man. And Keith called it. You got to give Green Bay's defense credit. Um, they stopped the run well. They disguised coverages. They were all over our receivers, and you don't have to be an avid football fan or an expert. If you watch this game, it's clear as day. Green Bay was getting pressure on the quarterback. The Bears were not. Jordan Love would just sit back there in the pocket all day. He could take a nap. He was like, you know what? Oh, let me just moonball one down the field. And the coverage downfield, Jalen Johnson made mistakes. Jaquan Brisker on that touchdown to Bo Melton. Look, I love Quaney, but what the hell were you doing? That ball was floating in the air for like 30 seconds, and Jaquan was just kind of watching it and jogging over. I don't understand how that play happened. Jalen Johnson disappointed me, and Kyler Gordon not being out there, that really hurt us because that guy, Nick McLeod, look, we've had a lot of corners who have played really great, and Nashawn Wright is one of them. Nashawn Wright has been an absolute revelation this year. He actually took a cleat to the chin today, but no, look, Spawns, I understand what you're saying there. JJ should have gotten deep and been playing center field. He should have taken over for Bayer. Basically, his responsibility there, and Tom Brady said it. He was supposed to drop back and cover deep, but Brisker was literally man up on Melton, and he was just kind of when he cut initially, Brisker wasn't really following him. He just kind of was jogging, and then he tried to turn it on late on the drive or late in the pass, and it was too little, too late, and I was like, man, ooh, if I haven't heard that yet, but if Nashawn broke his jaw, that's going to be a bad break. Kyler needs to actually be on the field. This team, look, Mijo, I'm sad too, Emiliano. I get it, my man. But listen, guys, I was prepared for this. I was prepared for it. This is one where you're not going to just steamroll everybody in the NFL. And one of the hardest things to do in the entire league is going on the road to Lambeau Field and beating a playoff caliber team. I got to say, Matt LaFleur also, he took it personal. He took it personal. All the things Ben Johnson was saying. I don't remember if you guys have probably heard it, but Ben Johnson in his introductory press conference, he was talking. One second. I wanted to vent a little bit about Caleb. I'm not trying. You guys know I'm about as positive of a fan as there are out there. And I still believe Caleb is the answer. I do believe he's our franchise quarterback. I do believe he's going to be the guy that leads this team for the next decade or longer and can really lead this new era of Bears football. I was actually confident with him when we got the ball back late in the game, only down by a little bit. I thought we were going to win that game. And you saw us driving down the field. It looked like we were about to do it again. That 4th-and-1 play call, look, if we get the first down on the play before that, then that's non-existent there. But this is tough, man. Um, it's a tough loss, but the good news is, guys, we still control our own destiny here. I think a lot of people are failing to realize this, and a lot of Bears fans, when we lose, I see a lot of people wanting to give up, man. Every time we lose a game, fans want to give up. They want to jump off the edge. We're still 9-4. We're still in the thick of the playoff hunt, and we're still in a better position than almost any of us would have believed before the season started. So we're in a great spot here, and we play the Packers again in just 13 days. And this time we get them at home, at Soldier Field in Chicago. So we have a shot here to come back. If we win that game in Chicago, we take first place back. And we have a chance next week as well. We have the Cleveland Browns at home. Now we got to beat Cleveland. Not trying to overlook that team. It's definitely a trap game, but that's a game if we can win and we get back to that and we get back to Green and get another shot against Green Bay in just 13 days, guys. At home this time. It's not like we got blown out here. The issue Matt LaFleur had some great play calls. Everyone wants to crown Jordan Love and talk about how good Jordan Love is. I honestly think I could have thrown 3 touchdown passes with that protection from the offensive line. Jordan Love was just setting in the pocket, and even the touchdown he threw to Christian Watson, just a little dump over the middle of the field, and we had nobody, nobody in the back left. We put on a blitz on him, and he set this. They pick up the blitz. Christian Watson, one-on-one, nobody up deep, and he just walked into the end zone. The throw to Bo Melton, that one was terrible. I felt like if if Kevin Byard had been playing deep middle instead of Jaquan Brisker, that's an interception. And Brisker's a guy, I feel like Brisker should have intercepted that. So to me, that was probably one of the most disappointing plays of the game. That ball was in the air for so long, and I'm looking at Brisker, and I'm watching him not take the right angle, and I'm seeing him come up short, and that one hurt. And then the media team did a good job too. The broadcast team, they zoom in on Brisker's face after the play, and you could see the disappointment in Brisker. I believe that's a play Brisker knows he could have made, and he just didn't take the right angle. He I don't know if he didn't think they were going to throw to Bo Melton. You guys heard it. The broadcast team, Tom Brady called it out. That was Bo Melton's first touchdown since 2023. So when you're looking at a deep pass, I don't know if you're thinking, oh, he's going to throw it to Bo Melton here. So I get it. But man, you just can't let that happen to us. There was a lot of things going on. Did he just say, bro, nobody is intercepting that? Look, hey, Bryant, man, I love you, but you must not watch a ton of all 22 film. Because if you watch the interception last week that Kevin Byard had, he was literally on the left hash before the ball was thrown. And he broke all the way to the right sideline and picked it off. Brisker only had to cover about half that ground. It wasn't anywhere near the ground that Byard covered on his interception last week. And the ball was in the air longer. Definitely could have been intercepted. That's all I'm going to say. If you're taking that route, yeah, there's some people in here who see it. That was a play, especially with the ball floating in the air that long. That's definitely a ball that could have been intercepted. But I regress. What we're talking about, Caleb did come back. I have to talk about it a little bit. Caleb came back in the second half. He threw 2 touchdown passes. He hit Colston Loveland. The offense was getting into more of a rhythm. When you looked at the stats in the second half, we controlled the ball. We were starting to control the line of scrimmage. And we were looking like if that game would have went for another quarter and a half, if this game would have been 5 quarters instead of 4, I would have had a ton of confidence we would have won the game. But that doesn't solve the issue of how do we get Caleb Williams to get it going quicker? Because we can't have these first halves where our offense is just non-existent. Everyone's just off their game. Nothing is going right for these guys. 11 yards in the first half passing, 22 total. Those are Rex Grossman numbers, guys. Those are Chad Hutchinson numbers. Those are Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields type numbers. Caleb needs to be better than that, and Caleb is better than that. It's year 2. I will say this, a lot of Packers fans this week, this was one of the craziest things I heard leading up to this game. A lot of Packers fans continued preaching that this was Jordan Love's 3rd season. They're forgetting he was in the NFL for 3 years, setting behind Aaron Rodgers in Matt LaFleur's offense. Jordan Love has been in the same offensive system since Caleb Williams was in high school. I think that's something that people are just completely forgetting, and they forget about player development after one loss. I'm so many people in my chat right now. I keep seeing it. We can't win with Caleb. Caleb's too inconsistent. Caleb's a bust. Guys, Caleb has had like six different head coaches in the time that Jordan Love has been in Green Bay. Give this guy time to learn with Ben Johnson. Jordan Love didn't look this good 6 years ago. He wasn't even on the field. He was sitting there watching. He has been in the same offensive system for 6 years. Caleb was in high school when Jordan Love got drafted here. Then he went to Oklahoma. He went to USC. This is his second year with the Bears, but he's only been with Ben Johnson for 13 games. So give them a little bit of time. Nothing about the future of this team or the trajectory has changed. Every quarterback struggles. That's another thing. A lot of Bears fans, I tend to think, I'm not trying to be super negative, but I feel like a lot of Bears fans don't watch other teams play football. And I get that. Some people only want to watch Bears games. Not knocking that. But if you watch other teams, every single quarterback in the NFL has bad games. So every time your quarterback struggles, don't come out and say he's a bust. That's just that's not what our fan base should do. It makes our fan base at times look like they're ignorant and they don't understand football. And I hate that for us because we have better fans than that and we're better than that. Patrick Mahomes struggles. Josh Allen struggles. Tom Brady struggles. Every quarterback struggles. Now, what Caleb has to do is be more consistent and continue getting better and improving. But his ice in his veins in the fourth quarter, the confidence that he inspires in the teammates around him, those are the type of things you want in a quarterback. And I do believe Caleb is going to be our franchise quarterback long term. And a lot of these people are going to eat their words. You kind of see it. There's something about Caleb with I don't know if it's the nail painting. I don't know if it's his persona, his character, the way he talks, what it is, but a lot of people just love to hate Caleb. And it's not just Bears fans. He gets it in the national media as well. There's a lot of people out there that just don't like Caleb Williams. And Superb says it, quarterbacks should get at least 3 years. So you guys will not see me giving up on Caleb Williams. But I will tell you I'm disappointed in his performance today. He got it going in the second half, but he threw that interception at the end of the game, and he was terrible for the entire first half. He can be a lot better, and I have faith he's gonna be. If he can put the Browns down next week and then bounce back in Chicago against Green Bay in 2 weeks from now, all of a sudden we're right back on top of the NFC and leading the NFC North again. But it's tight right now, guys. Uh, Making the playoffs is not easy. And you can see how quick it is a team could fall apart. Just look at a team like the Indianapolis Colts. They were 8-1. 8-1, guys. They were the talk of the NFL. And they've now lost 4 out of their last 5 games. They may have potentially lost their quarterback for the year. And now that's a team that was sitting at the top and they're falling straight down. The Bears haven't done that. We just lost one game after a week after we beat the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles. Nothing happened there, guys. Nothing happened. My background fell down. My background fell down. But all I'm saying is listen, no one picked us to beat the Eagles. Most people didn't pick us to beat the Packers in Green Bay. If you look at the national media and all that other stuff, they had us losing both these games. And the Bears came out and went 1-1 on the road against Philly and in Lambeau, two of the toughest places to play in the entire NFL. And we split those games. So, I mean, you can't give up on the season yet. That's my biggest point. You can be frustrated. And that's why I was here. That's why I wanted to come live and do a little live show and rant about this a little bit because I feel like we can be frustrated because it's Green Bay. And I know a lot of us, a lot of you guys especially, like beating Green Bay more than any other team. And that especially me. I want to beat Green Bay more than any other team. But it's not like if we don't beat Green Bay, it doesn't change where we are. Now, if we lose both of these games to Green Bay, I might change it up a little bit. But I want to see what these guys do in Chicago at Soldier Field. Give us that home field advantage. Give Ben Johnson an extra 2 weeks here to prepare for Matt LaFleur. Now that he saw how these guys played us, what they came out and did, how they attacked Caleb Williams, how they played the run game, what Jordan Love did, how he got these guys wide open. Give Dennis Allen a couple weeks, give Ben Johnson a couple of weeks, see what these guys can do. They're 9-4, and this is not the end of the world, but it is a tough loss. This is a loss that all of us wanted to win so bad. If we would have won this game, we were setting pretty. We would have pretty much locked up the NFC North with a win today. It would have been tough. It wouldn't have been easy going forward, but the NFC North would have been it would have had a little bow on it for us. And we lost by one play. Someone said it right now. A lot of cope. I love when people say I'm coping when everything I say is nothing but facts, man. A lot of you guys are too emotional and you let your emotions get the best of you and after one loss. This team is 9-4 right now. 9-4. And we have a chance to control our own destiny and make the playoffs. We play the Lions and Packers at home. We win those two games, this team pretty much locks up the NFC North. This game won't matter so much then. But it does. I get it. Blue said it. He said, same old Bears can never beat the Packers when it matters most. And that's what it's going to feel like. For the next 2 weeks, a lot of Bears fans are going to feel that way. But if we take care of business at Soldier Field, we're going to turn the NFC North on its head, and we're going to be right back to where we were before today. So it's not over yet, guys. We're still playing meaningful football down the stretch here. We're still 9-4, and we're 5-3 on the road. This is a team that hasn't won 5 road games in the last 2 or 3 years combined. And we've already won 5 road games just 13 weeks into the season. So I need people to not overreact here, guys. Remember, this team still controls its own destiny, and we're still in playoff position here. Now that could easily fall apart if they don't keep winning. They got to get back on the grind next week. We got to beat the Browns, and we got to come back and beat the Packers at home in Chicago. What's up, Reggie? What's up, everybody that's in here? I appreciate you guys. Noah, Reggie, Donovan, Keith, Double Keith, Plank, Naj. You guys are all the truth, and I love it. Jigsaw in here as well. But listen, it's a tough loss. But to me, I don't like to go with the narratives. I don't like to go when everyone else is overreacting. You guys know if everyone else sees the glass half empty, I'm going to provide you a glass half full take. And I've always been cautiously optimistic. And I just feel like Bears fans are, man. I said it a little bit when I went on Twitter and it was halftime, right? And it felt like everyone already had given up on this game. With Caleb Williams leads the NFL in fourth quarter comeback victories. And our fan base was already checking out at halftime. That doesn't make sense to me. When he's already proven this isn't the same old Bears. We have a quarterback that's capable of getting it done in the fourth quarter, and we have a team that believes in him. And our fans are still treating it like it's the same old Bears. Now, the outcome was the same. We lost to the Packers again. We're 4-27 in our last 31 games against Green Bay. That feels the same. And I'm not going to make that hurt less because that hurts. We all want to beat Green Bay. But if we can beat them in 13 days, then all of this overreacting is for naught. If we lose that game in Chicago, I'm going to be right with you guys. I'm going to be saying it's the same old Bears. I'm going to be ranting. I'm going to be angry. But right now, it's not that time yet. We're 9-4. We're still in playoff position. We still control our own destiny. And our next two games against the NFC North are both at home. And so far, Ben Johnson has had this team ready to go on the at home and on the road. But come on now, guys. I think too many people are overlooking. I don't think any team in the NFL has won in Philly and at Lambeau in back-to-back weeks. That's about as tough as a schedule as you can get over 14 days. Playing on the road against the Super Bowl champions and on the road at the coldest, toughest place to play in the league in Lambeau Field, and we won one of the games handedly. And this game, we were right there. We lost this by one play. And that one play was the exact same play that ended up being a touchdown last week. I don't know if anyone recognized the play call there, but that was the touchdown pass he threw to Cole Kmet. That was that exact same play. Now, Caleb let that one float a little bit, got intercepted. Game over. But if he could have that pass back, I bet Caleb makes that pass 9 out of 10 times. He's proven to be clutch, and that was his moment. He didn't come through this time, but nobody is going to bring your team back in the fourth quarter every single time. Got to give Caleb a little bit of credit for getting us back into the game. The run game, again, they ran hard. Kyle Monungai and DeAndre Swift, they played well. This offensive line continues looking good. And you got to give some props to Luther Burden, man. Luther Burden was our best playmaker on the field out there today. So his future is bright out here, and I think he's going to get a lot more opportunities going forward. The guy I'm disappointed with the most is DJ Moore. You can't be making $28 million and have negative yardage in just one catch. To me, and a lot of people, one thing I've seen that's a narrative, a lot of people say, oh, DJ gets double covered all the time. Listen, guys, I watched the film more than just watching the replays and the highlights. I watched the film. DJ does not dictate that kind of coverage. They do not treat JJ like he's Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. Defensive coordinators do not roll coverages his way. He's not getting double teamed all the time. He needs to be making some plays. So DJ Moore is the guy who I'm putting the most disappointment on. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about Montez Sweat in a negative way. Montez Sweat had another big sack today. He's at 7. He's on pace for way more than 10 on the year. He's not calling the plays, Noah, but if he's got one-on-one coverage, man, he's got to get open. He's got to beat some of those. I saw that. I did see he was open on that last play, Cliff. I don't know. The thing we don't know is where was he at in the read. 8.5 sacks now. Thank you, Jeffrey. I knew he was over 7. Sweat is almost at 10 sacks already, and we got people in the chat saying he's gone next year and he's a bust. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. But listen, on defense, the biggest issue was Jalen Johnson still on a pitch count. Tyler Gordon getting hurt, Tyreek Stevenson being out, and suddenly our secondary was in shambles again. We had Nashawn Wright leave the game after he took a cleat to the chin, and Nick McLeod was on the field way too much. That's a guy, he's just kind of a liability in coverage. We need Tyreek back. And I got to admit, man, you guys know Kyler is one of my favorite players, but what is he doing? He can't stay on the field. Getting hurt after just being back for a couple weeks, and he gets hurt in pregame warmups. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I didn't understand that one at all. But yeah, like Cliff said, man, season is not over. This team still controls its own destiny here. As long as we take care of the business we have to take care of, which is beating the Packers at home, beating the Lions at home, and then beating Cleveland. You win 3 out of the next 4, we're in the playoffs, and that's it. I get it, Donovan, but I need to see it. Kyler is I'm disappointed with it. I don't know what else to say about Kyler because I didn't even know he missed he got hurt pregame. And, no, he didn't, have a concussion, so I don't know if you saw the replay, but anyone who didn't see what happened to Nashawn Wright, someone's cleat came up. The cleat hit him in the jaw. Someone in chat said he could have a broken jaw. I just thought he got hit really hard in the jaw, probably got cut by a cleat. I'll wait to see more on that, but hoping that Nashawn Wright is okay. We cannot afford to lose another member of this secondary. Let's see. Yeah, Twitter is terrible, man. Definite cesspool out there. But the amount of people tweeting about Justin Fields is just crazy. Yeah, I'm with that. I hope Nashawn is okay. And if we can get out of here, if we can go on a 4-game winning streak, this is the kind of game that could motivate this team. So they got to lock in, guys. But this is what we wanted. If you talk to all of us, and even the people who are really mad right now, the fans that are really upset, if someone would have told you at the beginning of the season, sitting here in December, 4 weeks to go, and the Bears would be 9-4. Most people, think about this, guys. Most people didn't even think we'd win 9 games all year long. I think I picked us to win 9 games this year. I picked us to go 9-7. In like the way too early when the schedule prediction came out. I think I said we'd go 9-7. We've already hit and I'm super optimistic. You guys call me a homer and stuff. And I said all we'd win this year was 9. I said maybe 10. I was hoping for 10, but I was thinking 9-7 would be good. 9-8 because it's 17 games now. 10-7, 9-8. Like Naj said, Naj picked us to win 7 games this year. We're already 9-4. This team has a chance to play meaningful football, make the playoffs. And look, I get it. A lot of people got their hopes up. A lot of people wanted to beat these Packers so bad, especially with how obnoxious Packer fans are. I get it. I get it. We all hate the Packers. FGB in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. But listen, we have another opportunity coming up, and I don't want to keep, I feel like I'm starting to repeat the same things now. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here in a minute. But I wanted to rant with you guys a little bit. I want to tell you how I feel, and then I'll go back, watch the game, go over the tape, provide some optimism. If there's some bad stuff I saw, I'm gonna call that out as well. Trying to be as objective as possible here, but also optimistic when it matters, guys. Realistic because this team is in a better position than almost anyone thought. So I just don't understand the people wanting to jump off the cliff and give up right now when we're 9-4. This team is on the verge of being something special. This is a team that the future of this team and the trajectory going forward is better than it's ever been in my life. Everyone on this team, the core of this roster is young. All of these guys are going to get better. Caleb is going to get a lot better. I can't even imagine what Caleb could be doing if he spends 6 years in the same system with the same guy, Ben Johnson, like Jordan Love has had a chance to do. And that's we were going against Jordan Love. I'm not even a huge Jordan Love fan. But when you keep him in that same system for 6 years with an elite play caller, these are the kind of games he could have. Some of those throws Caleb could have made in his sleep. That little slant route over the middle to Christian Watson, the wide open touchdown pass, like I could have made a couple of those throws, guys. I got to be honest. So I don't think I saw anything today that made me feel like it was the same old Bears. Yes, we lost, and I was probably more pessimistic than usual watching this game because it's Green Bay and I just hate them. But nothing I saw today changed the future, how bright this team's future is, how excited I am for where we are in this rebuild. This team should bounce back. And I'm still excited for how this team is. Let me know how you guys feel. If you are super pessimistic, sleep on it. Come back to me in 2 days and let me know if you get a little bit of positivity back. What if we beat the Browns next week? Are you going to feel a little bit better? And what happens if we beat the Packers in 13 days? That's the game of the year to me right now. We got to take care of business against Cleveland. And then that game, the rematch against the Packers, in Chicago at home. What do we do in that game? I'm excited, and I think we can take care of business and get it done. But that's what it's going to come down to, guys. I appreciate everyone who watches. I'm going to be back with more breakdowns soon. As always, hit that like button for me, hype up the video. Stay tuned because I'll have a ton more content on the way. And until next time, guys, you're down.